Hello, Professor. So our project is about web application for store searching using linked data based on user location. So our main architecture of the project is we have three different modules. The first module is a front end where a GUI has been built through which user can search for nearby stores near him based on his username or screen name. And the second module is a backend API which accepts the request from the front end GUI screen and fetches the corresponding data from the data stores. And the third module is the cloud setup. This cloud setup includes uh, creating three separate AWS instances and configuring it with physical servers so that all files can be hosted on these servers. So for the purpose of this project, we have used two different data sets. The first data set is about US election 2020 tweets. This data set has a lot of data about the users' tweet locations, tweet messages, and his Twitter account details. So from this data set, we have extracted only three columns, the username, I mean four columns, username, screen name, his latitude and longitude values. So this helps us to get the user's location data. And our second data set is a Yelp data set, which gives information about various businesses, their business IDs, what the specialties of the businesses, time, store open hours, etc. So we have also process this data set so that we only take the required columns for our application, like the latitude, longitude, store location, store purpose, etc. Now, we have taken these two different data sets and created three different Excel files. For this purpose, we had to initially do some pre-processing tasks because there were some inconsistencies in the data, like missing values or incorrect values. So these values have been eliminated using Python pre-processing script. So this is one of our data set, user location, which gives data about the username, latitude, longitude, and a unique ID to identify the user. Our second data set is a store location data set, which gives information about the business ID and latitude and longitude of the store. And our third data set is a store details data set. This data set has information about the store, like the location of the store, its review count, is it open or not, and categories. So now this business ID is a common link between the second and third data set. Now, what we are planning to do is that we have created three different OWL files and hosted it in three different locations so that they form a representation of linked data which are hosted on different locations. And then for that purpose, what we've done is that we have set up three different instances in the AWS console. Each of this instance is configured with a physical server, and each of this instance holds an OWL file. So this is one instance which holds one of the OWL file. The second instance holding the second OWL file, and this is the third instance. So these three instances are operated from our terminal. Now, after this, after hosting these three instances, we are writing a federated query which fetches data from these three different locations, each one a different OWL file. So basically, we are bringing the concept of linked data, which can be used to develop applications that help current day users. And the store searching is one such implementation of linked data application.
Hi, I'm Nikita. So I'll be giving a brief about the high-level design of our project. The high-level components of our system would be the front-end, back-end, cloud servers. Front-end includes the GUI to take user input such as username and category and displays the search results. Backend include a set of APIs which are responsible to get routed by specific user requests from the front end. These API contain several definitions which will trigger the SparkQL queries to several cloud servers. Cloud servers are for hosting our linked data. The linked data here is a combination of our ontologies of our three data sets. So I will show you the three ontologies that we have in our project. So this is the user location ontology we are having. We have the user class here, and the data types we have The hash screen name has user ID, etc., and the domain would be the user, and the range would be the string. We do not have any object properties for this ontology. The next ontology we have for our project is the store location. We have two classes here, store and the location, and the data. These are the instances we have included, and the data properties we have here are like has latitude, has longitude, etc. And the domain is the store, and the range is a string. Coming to object properties, we have the has location property, and its domain is the store, and the range is the location. And the third ontology we have is the store address. We have two classes here, store and the store address, and these are the instances we have taken from the XML file. And the data properties here are like has city, has, is open, etc. And the domain is the store address, and the range is a string. Coming to object properties, we have the has address property, which has the domain store and the range store address. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ashwath. Now I'm going to show the queries and the structure of our code. So this is the first query. This query is used to retrieve the usernames when the keyword is entered. So I'm using the remote server link to access our owl file, and I'm using the username, the key entered in the search bar in order to retrieve the username, and these are the outputs of our usernames. And the second query is to retrieve the stored details near the user. And here we are using federated queries in order to connect the three OWL files. So initially I'm retrieving the latitude and longitude of the user, and then finding the stores near the user by using this formula. And so these are the outputs of the stores. So now I'm going to show the structure of our code. The templates folder contains our UI, the base, index, and stores. And the application.py has the server-side coding. And initially, the index.html contains the search bar. So when a substring is entered, I'm sending a request to the server. So inside the server, when request is sent, I'm running the first query that I have shown before. And this sends all the users into index.html in form of JSON response. And when username on the screen is clicked, another request is sent to application.py. When that request is sent, I'm running other query, the second query that I showed to retrieve the store information. And the store information is then sent to stores.html. And when the stores in the stores.html, there is a filter drop down in which there are categories. So category is selected and filter. So when the filter button is clicked after selecting the category, a post request is sent back to this server. So inside the server, I put a if statement. So when I get a post request, I run the query again to retrieve the stores. And when I'm copying it to the JSON data, I'm only sending the data if the category is in the whole categories of that store. So now the displayed stores will be only of that category that the user selected. Thank you.
Hello, Professor. My name is Nate. I will continue from here. So, to run this application, we need to install the Flask framework, and after that, go to the source file using Python command. I'm going to execute this. After that, in the browser, go to the local host. So this is our basic UI. So here I'm going to enter the user name or the substring, so that it displays all the users with the substring. So these are the users with that substring. Yeah, you can see here. So I'm going to select user. So this is the all the stores available near to him, which are almost 5 miles near to him. So this is the name of the store and the rating and the street address and the city, state, postal code, and we are also displaying the status of the store, like open or closed. So we have also added a filter to the categories, like we can select what is needed for me. Yeah, this is a shop closest to him. So I'm gonna show another test case. So this is the second test case. So there is one more test case. Like for a few of the users, it shows nothing because he may be in a remote area, or our data source doesn't have any data regarding him. So coming to our project contributions, Anisha Pavan has done data pre-processing and hosting the data into the remote server, and Nikta Chilveri has done user data.all file, and also adding data into it using Zelfy tool, and also front end of our application. Ashwath did store location.all file, and also he added data using the same Zelfy tool, and also he wrote Spark your queries. Sneeth, I have done store address.all file and also added data into it using Zelfy tool and backend for our application. Thank you.